Here's the free program applying all this. It is an upper lower. It is an upper lower for a few reasons. Number one, I think there are only two viable splits at a Planet Fitness, mostly. The split won't make that big of a difference, and it's pretty much what you make of it. But if I have to pick like the two, I guess, best splits in a Planet Fitness, it would be an upper lower or a push pull legs, simply because a full body you can't do with a lot of frequency. A full body you can't do with a lot of frequency unless you're advanced. And if you're at a Planet Fitness, you are more than likely not advanced. And if you are, then you don't need this video. And full body at 3 days a week, which is fucking perfect frequency for a lot of people, it's pretty much worthless if you don't have access to barbells, in my opinion. Now, a push-pull legs is 6 days a week, which a lot of people are going to love, but to make it more accessible, an upper lower, which is also very easy to program, so it makes it kind of easier for me, is 4 days a week, and makes sense, and usually people who program an upper lower are slightly smarter, because it's a bit of a less known split. This program, if you look back through the slides, it utilizes a bunch of the principles like supersets, calisthenics, fucking rep ranges that encourage you to have good form, all these things. Let's get started. Upper body 1. If you'll kindly look at it, please. Thank you. Stop. Dog. Are you in the comments of the video already? There are no fucking comments. This video is gonna get 120 views. What are you doing? Go scroll up to the video. Thank you. Fucking hell. Okay, now that you're watching. First off is an incline dumbbell bench supersetted with an easy bar curl. For 2 to 4 sets of 5 to 10 reps for the dumbbell bench, 8 to 12 for the easy bar curl. Wonderful. What does this do? This works your chest, prioritizes the upper chest, a bit of shoulders, a bit of triceps already. Beautiful. Superset this with the easy bar curl. It's not going to take away any performance from the dumbbell bench, and it's going to prioritize your biceps in a way that's very nice, and in a way that we don't have to like slap it at the end of the session. So so you can focus for it, because there's a good chance that biceps are one of your priorities. 5 to 10 reps may look like a bit of a either strange or low rep range. I find that for dumbbell bench presses especially, essentially the wider the rep range, the better, because especially in a Planet Fitness, the dumbbells go up by 5s, which means that in order to progressively overload with weight, you have to go up by 10 pounds minimum each time, which is a bit of a bitch. So the reason why it's such a wide set and rep range, because think about the difference between 2 sets of 5 and 4 sets of 10. If you build up with that weight, starting out with only being able to do a 2x5 and ending up with a 4x10, then you will have accumulated enough tonnage and volume in that to be able to have it make a little fucking barrier. So when, or like a little pillow, so when you up the weight by 10 pounds, you won't just get fucking obliterated and have your reps like go down. You can still stay in the rep range this way. 8 to 12 is very nice for the easy bar curl. It's not too low, it's not too high. I may separate this into 2 videos. I think that's a smart idea, because this is going to be a very fucking long one otherwise. After this first epic superset, we're going to have you do pull-ups and captain's chair leg raises. 3 sets of as many reps as possible. There's a big chance that you cannot do enough pull-ups to be outside of the hypertrophy rep range. And the captain's chair leg raises, if you're not using like your fucking hip flexors and like cheating like a bitch, then you'll find out that you can do a lot less reps than you realize. You can also do hanging leg raises if your grip is strong enough. My grip is not strong enough to do the 2 supersetted and then go straight back to the other one. That being said, if you're an anomaly, you can surely do that. I just really like the captain's chair because it's very stable and you can suffer in the best way on it. After that, we go straight back to a dumbbell overhead press, supersetted with a hammer curl. This time, it's a little something for your forearms, but it's also going to give you a good amount of bicep. The dumbbell overhead press we're spacing it out. We're putting an exercise between that and the incline dumbbell bench, because if you did the two after each other, your performance would probably not be the best. This is going to give you shit ton of shoulders, which is very good. The hammer curl, doing it, the pull-up already taxed your grip probably a bit, and thus your forearms a little bit, your brachialis. The hammer curl is going to finish that off, so your forearms are going to be cooked for the day, hopefully. 2 to 4 sets, again, 6 to 10 reps. 6 to 10 reps for both, because I think hammer curls, doing high reps doesn't make a whole lot of sense on them. Overhead press, for any shoulder, for any fucking vertical press, I think 6 to 10 is a magical rep range for whatever reason. Because I found that if you go much higher than 10 reps, at least for me, I fail because of like metabolic factors, metabolic stress and fucking cardio reasons, not because the actual muscle failed. So that rep range is very good, because especially if you go under 6 reps, and under 6 reps is very good if you had like a barbell overhead press, but you do not have a barbell overhead press because it's a Planet Fitness. So you stick with the dumbbells. 6 to 10 is a very good rep range for that. Last up, you have some long rope push downs with the cables, your attachment of choice. I put the long rope here because it allows me to extend fully like behind my back. It's a very nice squeeze, very nice stretch. You superset that with some dumbbell lateral raises. 2 to 3 sets, 10 to 15 reps. Both of these muscle groups fucking love reps, love high reps. They just eat those bitches up. So give them what they want and they will grow. You will also notice that each of these supersets are very, very easy to manufacture. Am I retarded? Not to manufacture. Each of these supersets are very easy to come by and to set up, let's just say. And this is really like the essence of supersetting, is to make things more convenient, not harder. That is upper body one. Next up, for lower body one, you do a Smith machine hack squat, which is one of the 2 movements I have you employ a Smith machine here, because I think it makes a lot of sense. I haven't seen a hack squat machine in Planet Fitnesses before, so Smith machines there are usually more of, usually 4, so you can get there easier. Supersetting that with a neck curl, and it's nice to train your neck. It literally fucking doesn't take away from anything. It just makes you look more yoked. That's the aesthetic reason. The functional reason is because you'll find that if you have your fucking neck pumped. Hold on, I'm making a on-the-fly change to the program because I realize I've been a bit retarded. Okay, don't mind me. You do a Smith machine hack squat plus a neck extension. The reason I changed it from a curl to an extension is because I was stupid and I didn't think of what area would be pumped. So, as I was gonna say, having the area of your neck pumped that you're gonna put the bar on, it just makes the movement feel safer. Even though it's pretty safe because you're in a Smith machine. But it just makes the movement, you just feel more confident in it. Whatever, you can fucking push that 6 to 8 reps very hard. The neck curls are 15 to 30. They're not like something, bro, neck training, you just fucking train it, my guy. 99% of people don't. And so you will already be ahead of them by just training it in the first place. You don't have to be ultra complicated and do some retarded periodization for it. Like, yeah, well, you do 75% of your 1 rep max, and then you up the RPE by 1 each week until, like, kill yourself. Just train your neck, my guy. It's simple. 15 to 30 reps to keep you safe and not have you snap your spinal cord and then have your family blame me and then sue me for my $10 and then I lose my $10. You just do that. You progress through the rep range, the set range. You fucking epically add weight and then you restart. Next up is a dumbbell row, supersetted with a seated calf raise. Dumbbell row, but it's a lower body day. Well, if you don't like that there's a dumbbell row there, I'm sorry for your loss. That being said, I put horizontal pulls on the lower body day and vertical pulls on the upper body day to save time on both days, because you can superset it with something that makes more sense for that day. And also so you're fresher for the dumbbell row, because if you do it straight, if you do it on the upper body day, not only will it take more time, but you will have to kind of prioritize one. And there's a plane going over. Oh, they're about to hit the second tower. Oh dear. Okay. Anyways, the dumbbell row supersetted with a seated calf raise. The seated calf raise you can either do on the machine and then fucking like support yourself on the seat of the machine for the dumbbell row. Or you can do a row with the dumbbell and then fucking put the dumbbell on your lap, or like a heavier dumbbell on your lap, and then like giga stretch the calves by finding something to put your feet on. And then just do that for as many reps as possible. But rep, what if I do 12 billion reps? That's not gonna work. You're not gonna do 12 billion reps. Trust me. Make sure to, again, have good form. Pretend like Dr. Mike was watching you. Turbo stretch your calves. Everything will be fine. 8 to 12 on the dumbbell row is a very good rep range. A quick tip for this one. With fucking dumbbell rows, I find that you can pretty much always like move the weight a little bit if you cheat. Now, you should quote unquote cheat a bit towards the end, just so you don't fail, like, because if you go super strict with the dumbbell row, you're gonna fail the movement in the full range of motion way before the actual muscle is gonna get exhausted enough to grow. So what you can do is you can start off super strict, whatever the fuck, and then like cheat a little bit towards the end to don't bullshit yourself. You know what's too much, you know what's too little in terms of cheating. Obviously don't like stiff like that, lift the weight up and then like shrug at the end, but just like use a bit of oomph, use a bit of fucking momentum, and then obviously control the eccentric, let it turbo stretch you, and then you'll grow very nicely, and that will allow you to get into a close proximity of failure to actually grow. Next up, we have a leg extension, supersetted with a dumbbell RDL. You can fucking farmers carry the dumbbells over to the leg extension machine, so the superset also makes sense here. It's gonna get your legs jacked. Amazing. 2 to 3 sets, 10 to 15 reps are very good for both these movements. You don't want to be, again, horse cocking weight arounds. You don't want to be horse cocking weights around on the dumbbell Romanian deadlift. So 10 to 15 reps, though may seem a little bit high, is gonna ensure that you don't run out of weight too soon, and it's also gonna be a good way to ensure that you have your form strict. Trust me, more often than not on this, you will only need 2 sets. I find that if I ever do 3 sets of a dumbbell RDL, my hamstrings are so like fucking torn the next day that I can't walk. Last superset of the day, adductor machine for more direct adductor work, because you're not gonna fucking, low bar squat with a barbell, you're not gonna like sumo deadlift or anything. So your adductors are pretty much neglected, and they're a big part of your leg. And there's also literally no way to there's no reason to not superset the adductor machine here, because the two are right next to each other in the Planet Fitness with a decline bench to do sit-ups on. Really quick golden tidbit, please bear with me here. The way you do weighted sit-ups, right, is by holding the dumbbell behind your neck, because you'll find that you can do so much less weight, but it will be so much better with stimulus if you put the weight behind your neck. This only works really if you're doing it on a GHD or a decline bench, because if you're doing a normal sit-up and you put the weight behind your neck, the range of motion will just be too short. But assuming that you can do a decline sit-up, which all Planet Fitnesses have a decline bench, so you can, put the weight behind your neck. The stimulus to fatigue ratio of that, even though it's a decline sit-up, so there's fucking zero fatigue, you'll be able to do so much less weight, but it will feel so much nicer, and it will grow your abs so much more. Wonderful. It's only been like 75 minutes of me explaining this, and we're halfway through the program. Upper body do. 2, you're gonna employ the second use of the Smith machine with a Smith anterior delt press, supersetted with pull-ups. You're gonna do 2 to 4 sets of these, 6 to 10, again, the magical rep range for the shoulders, and then as many reps as possible on the pull-ups. Now, how do you do pull-ups, you might ask? You fucking go on the back of the Smith machine, and you do pull-ups on there. Putting this first is gonna prioritize shoulders, whereas putting the incline dumbbell bench first on the other one prioritize the chest on that day, and the upper chest in particular. Next up, you're going to do a full range of motion dumbbell press, as big of a stretch as you can, superset that with some seated curls with dumbbells. In this case, you will notice that we don't have an exercise in between the shoulder and chest movements. The thing is, here they're different enough to where you can put them directly after each other and it won't impact you too much. Because the last one was the last day, if you will look at it, there was a hybrid press, which is the incline dumbbell bench, which is too similar to the overhead press to have them right next to each other. But here, you have a pure horizontal press and a pure vertical press. So they're different from each other enough that you will have enough rest in between these two, just by virtue of you waiting a few minutes in between them and like doing the pull-ups in between with the superset. So you will be fine there. Next up, you will have French press for your triceps. Very nice. Very good movement. Superset that with reverse curls for 6 to 10 reps because I don't think you need to go any higher with reverse curls. With pure forearm isolations, yeah, sure, it makes sense. So 6 to 10 reps is ideal, just like we did for the hammer curl before. After this, you will do, if your grip still allows for it, hanging leg raises. Superset it with dumbbell lateral raises. Because I know it's a very big meal, like, spam lateral raises, but you can do them twice a week, my guy. And they're just thigh delt work, which is very important for aesthetics. There's no reason not to do it here. If you find that your grip from the pull-ups and the reverse curls shat itself by now, you go on these, my guy, for fucking $10 and like a couple extra in shipping. You got these cool-ass yarn graper wrist straps, which are long as shit. For lower body too, I was actually lying to you intentionally. I was maliciously lying to you. You actually do use the Smith machine for another time. And it is for a Romanian deadlift. You're going to superset this with a neck curl. You can do the neck curl now because you don't need the extension to be pumped in the kind of back area to put the bar on for your squats. And it's free neck volume. You're not going to take away anything from your performance by doing that. Next superset of the day is an inverted row plus a standing calf raise this time. The inverted row you can stay at the Smith machine to do. And the standing calf raise you can stand off kind of like the fucking edges of the Smith machine and get a stretch. Maybe put another plate on. Get a stretch that way. Hold some dumbbells, hold some weights. Bulgarian split squat plus hamstring curl. You can bring your dumbbells over to the hamstring curl machine. I prefer the lying because I think the seated hamstring curls in Planet Fitness are kind of dog shit. That being said, you can use whichever one you want. So you bring your dumbbells over there. You do your hamstring curls. You prop your leg up somewhere nearby. I'm sure you'll find it out. Figure it out. And then you do your Bulgarian split squats for 8 to 12 reps. I'm very sorry. I even put a little apology in there for you. Sorry for your loss. It's just how it is. To get big legs without a barbell, you're going to have to split squat. You're going to have to split squat or hack squat or something. You do the Smith machine hack squats before. Now, your main quad movement for the day is going to be a Bulgarian. Unlucky. Hamstring curls are 6 to 10 reps. I really like that rep range. Some people like to go higher. If you find, I would try it out. I would try out like lower reps for the hamstring curl. Just fucking forcefully curling that bitch up or down, depending on if you're doing the seated one. Try it out. I'm pretty sure you're gonna love it. 2 to 3 sets again, because if you do any more than this is one of the ones where, for example, you shouldn't do 5 sets. Because if you did 5 sets of a Bulgarian split squat and a hamstring curl, you would maybe physically die. And I don't want that for most of you. So, yeah, please don't. 2 to 3 sets is going to be all you need, especially the earlier on in your training career you are. Next up is going to be a Powell raise, which is kind of like a mid-trap and rear delt movement. Just Google it. It's also called an Arnold raise. You can do it on the decline bench that you do the sit-up on. It's a very cool exercise, in my opinion. The reason why you're putting it in there is because why the fuck not? It doesn't take away from your performance. And also you don't have any direct rear delt work in the program anywhere else. And direct rear delt work is what makes people happy. So we're putting it in here. The biggest mistake is to not, what I used to do because I'm retarded, is I used to do fucking power raises from the floor, right? So it cut the range of motion in half. And I would use like too heavy of weight. And it would quite literally like make my rotator cuffs hurt for the next week, and I thought that's where my rear delt was inside my rotator cuff. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm really doing the exercise properly, and it would fucking like hurt in the bad way in the middle of the movement. So don't do that, please. Do it off a decline bench. let it let it stretch you. Use an appropriate amount of weight for the rep range. And yeah, fucking get it up. Feel the pump. Grow. Do good things in life. Pet a cat if you see it walking across the road. Do a bunch of good things. Superset that with a decline sit-up, obviously, because you have the decline bench right there. What the fuck are you waiting for? You're going to do that also for 3 to 5 sets of 10 to 20 reps, because none of these are too taxing. You can build your way up to those 5 sets. Wonderful. That is the program. That is, in my opinion, because I will myself be leaving the Planet Fitness, unfortunately, and documenting my journey in an actual gym. So as kind of like a farewell gift and as a love letter to Planet Fitness, because it's really not that bad once you go into it. Like the advertising and the like memes about it, yeah. But once you're actually there, it's not that bad. To my knowledge, this is genuinely the program I would run for a fucking long ass time. This or Baldani Man's Push for Legs program, but that's not on my channel, so and I want the views from you. So if you want to have a very good Push for Legs program, go use that one. If you want to have a very good upper lower program, I genuinely really don't like Baldani Man's like the Raider program, especially for the Planet Fitness. I just don't think it makes a lot of sense. I think for the equipment they have in here, pretty much no YouTuber has made a good Planet Fitness program. This, I think, is the best one I can come up with, the one I would run if I was starting there for whatever reason, and I couldn't get out into another gym. It uses calisthenics, dumbbells, some machines where they make sense, some cables where they make sense, again. And yeah, it's 4 days a week. Each workout is only 4 lines long. Each is 8 exercises, but you're supersetting, so it's 4 separate things that you're going to be doing, which isn't that much. It shouldn't take you that much time. These rep ranges were thought out, not just like fucking vomited on the paper. They're set ranges for if you're newer or if you can handle less volume because you fucking slept 3 hours because you played Sea of Thieves all night for whatever reason. I think this is genuinely a very good program. This is what I would write for myself if I was still staying at a Planet Fitness. Thank you very much for watching. I know for a fact that this video made your future stay at the Planet Fitness way better, but if it did, drop me a comment. I will not be able to see the comment. Maybe I'll be able to see the comment. I have like the YouTube extensions Hamza recommends that like disable the views and the kind of blur the thumbnails on whatever the fuck, but maybe I'll be able to see your comments, and I'm sure they will all be very nice and positive. Dog, this video I swear could have been fucking 10 minutes long, and I just rambled, and it lasts for an hour, but that's like the conversations with me in real life. So if you don't like that, I guess you wouldn't like me in real life, which a fair amount of people don't. A good amount of people do. Hopefully you're one of those who do. So stick around for more content now that I'm back from fucking Hungary. I will make a shit ton. Well, a shit ton compared to what I usually do. Okay, before I start fucking talking anymore, goodbye. Have a wonderful day.